Hello, 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 my britches. What the fuck is up, my britches? If you are new here, hello, my name is Brittany. In today's video, I'm honestly not expecting a lot of people to be up in here today because it is so fucking nice outside, especially where I live. Everybody's probably out living their best lives because it's a holiday weekend here in the United States. But if you guys do come in the live chat, hello, my britches. If not, I will appreciate it when you guys watch this. I wanted to do this later on in the night, but I do have to work tonight, so happy Friday, everybody. Unfortunately for me, it's my Monday, but I do have tomorrow off, so that's always fantastic. So before we get into any of the makeup or anything, just wanted to say that I hope you guys have a great and safe weekend. I wish that I was going to be on a boat all weekend, but unfortunately, some of us got to work, and I mean, tomorrow I'll probably do something, but I'm not really sure exactly what the plan is. What's everybody's plans for this weekend? What's popping? What's good? Happy Friday. Hello, Jamie. What's up, girl? Oh my God, there's so many more of you guys than I was expecting already. So this is so exciting. So today's video, we're going to focus on the new Melt Cosmetics, the She's in Party palette. Now, I initially was not going to get this palette, but I decided to get it because one, my Natasha Denona palette was taking way too long to ship. So I ended up canceling that order because there's so many incredible videos out on that palette already. And I just kind of looked at it. I'm like, I don't need any more really shades like that in my collection at the moment. But when it comes to purple eyeshadows, I'm always getting requests for purple eyeshadow tutorials. I think they really accentuate my eyes beautifully. Like I'm here to test it if it's like the best new palette for green eyes, because obviously I have green eyes. These shades really suit my eyes. And I was going to do the Makeup Geek pastels. I got these yesterday. Look at, it's this whole top row. It complements this palette, like, because I have the Matrix palette. So I think that the new pastels, they just complement this palette so nicely. And then I also got some more foiled shadows that didn't come in the Matrix. So you guys actually voted for this today. So let me say hello to all my britches in the live chat, and then we'll jump right into it. Out of the box beauty, happy Friday. We have Kendall. Whoop, whoop, happy Friday. We have Tamara, Julie, Margie. Oh my God. Good afternoon. Just got out of work. That's so exciting. Happy 4th of July weekend. Oh, Millie is here. Hi, Millie. Happy Friday. Oh, I am so hungover today, you guys. Oh my God. I can't even deal. But I'm like, okay, I really want to play with this palette today. I wanted to play with something because I'm just excited when I get new eyeshadow palettes. Boat, fireworks, food, and friends. Yes, just make sure everybody's being safe out there. I mean, everybody's going to live their lives. Just try to do it smart. Okay. So before we get into the video, if you guys like this video, don't forget to thumbs it up, share it out, tweet it out, Facebook, Insta story, take a picture and tag me so I can repost it to mine. I just think that's so fun. I see you guys all doing that now, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so much fun seeing you guys watching. I've had this damn palette in my cart, and this video is going to be a deciding factor if I get it. No pressure. Oh, I'm so excited to use it because Melt Cosmetics, for me, I only have the Muerte palette, and I love that palette. I'm not a huge fan of their metallics necessarily, but it's this color story. It looks so beautiful. So I'm going to do, I think, 2 different looks, basically like the same sort of situation that we did yesterday. So if you guys missed it, I did a Throwback Thursday on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam. I did that yesterday. If you guys want to watch that after, you can. I'm on my way to the airport and finally caught it live. Yes, Danny, who looks at those palettes and picks what they Oh, we have Renica, Cherie. Yes, like it. Yes. Guys, it really does help. We have Alyssa. Is it right? I'm assuming it's Alyssa. Alyssa Beauty. Alyssa X Beauty. What's up, girl? Let's see. Wear your mask. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's everybody feels a certain type of way about it. It's just be mindful of other people. That's all you got. That's all you got to do. Hit that like button, maintain social distancing, all that fun stuff. Everyone with us got tested for COVID. We're good. Good. Haven't tried Melt. Let's see. Oh, virtual hug. Virtual hug. Yeah. So, okay. I already have the Muerte palette. I love it. So I actually have been eyeing, like every time that they launch a palette, I'm always intrigued. But usually like either something else comes out that I'm more or less like more interested in. But as soon as I saw this, oh, packaging is super duper cute, but this color story is so much prettier in person. Look at that. It's so much prettier in person than it looks like it is online, at least to me. And I love that. I instantly get like more excited. So I think I'm going to do one eye with like these lighter colors here. I don't really know. I don't really have a game plan, but it looks like there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these two here, and then these two here, and then this last one. These are going to be, it looks like they're going to be the metallic shades, but I'll actually, let me swatch these really quick because the swatches look so nice. So we'll do the swatches first and then we'll get into the demo. Please keep in mind, this is going to be a first impression video. I usually don't do like crazy swatches on palettes because I don't really think that it tells you a ton, because sometimes you see swatches and you're like, what the hell is that? Like when I look at that, I'm like, that looks to me like it'll be a really beautiful like inner corner or maybe like a brow bone highlighter. They're metallics though. They're very like, I don't know exactly how to explain their metallic formula. It's almost like if you use it, you understand, like it's just a different type of metallic formula. But this is the shade. It's Strange Love. This is the shade that I am eyeing so hard. I see you guys all saying that you like the video. Thank you guys so much for doing that. So this is going to be Strange Love. This is the one that speaks to me the most. I think that's so pretty. And then there's going to be, I'm going to do the metallics first, or at least the ones that look like metallics. This will be the shade She's in Parties. It's almost like their metallic formula is a little bit chunky. So it's almost like when you like swatch it out, you have to kind of go over it because it will apply a little bit chunkier when you swatch it with your fingers. So that's going to be She's in Parties. And then we're going to have Sleepwalk. This shade looks so nice. Look at that. These are just the shades that look so beautiful on my green eyes. I love shades like these. So here you could kind of see how that just fell off right there. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to kind of go over them to really smooth them out. This to me looks more of like, I would say like a satin shade opposed to like a metallic. So that shade itself is really, really beautiful. And then the shade Lost Control. This will be the darkest one in the palette. And then I'll swatch the more matte shades. This shade here, it has more glitters in it. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the glitter. Yeah, you can kind of see them. I'm trying to like get this really in focus. Do you see the glitter particles in this one here? Very fine glitters. Oh, tell me that does not look beautiful though. This did originally launch in like a stack formula. I never owned the stacks because I quite frankly just didn't really like that type of packaging. Gorgeous. Jamie, have you tried this palette? I know Jamie got this palette. Let us know what you think about it. My favorite shade though is that Strange Love. I think that's really, really beautiful. Let's see, Peggy. I have blue eyes, but want to see Melt Cosmetics palettes. I need all the tips to apply eyeshadows. That's why I really love live videos, because I feel like that's where you really get a good understanding of how like I manipulate eyes, like how I manipulate the shades, how I work with them, because it's easy to just kind of blow through it and kind of show you the motions, but sometimes that's not exactly how the process is. Sometimes a process is a lot more work, especially with purples or like burgundy eyeshadows. It's a journey a lot of the times. So this next one is going to be the shade Total Immortal. These kind of feel like Makeup Geek, the mattes. I really like Melt Cosmetics matte formula. It just looks like a beautiful lavender. This next one is going to be Last Caress. I'm so excited. I'm like out of breath. Oh my God. I need to start like walking and running again because this is like a problem. That's going to be Last Caress. And then this will be the last shade that I'll swatch for you guys. This will be Mean Streak. Look at the pigmentation in that. These are pretty, like you could see probably how it's like all over my hand now. These do like pick up kind of powdery, but it's when I apply, like, look at that. That little color story right there is beautiful. I really like Melt palettes, not when I swatch them. Usually I swatch them and I would not buy them because they feel, like I said, they feel almost like Makeup Geek, but it's how they look on the eyes is why I really, really like Melt shadows, because I could look at somebody, like the perfect example is I watch Bailey Sarian do her like the Murder Mystery Makeup Monday videos. And every time she uses a palette, like, cause she's not telling you what palettes or anything that she's using. She just links everything. And I could just look at her eyes and be like, I know she's using Melt shadows because I feel like the color stories are really unique. I feel like they just have really unique undertones to them. And it's the blend that you get. It's like the smokiness that you get. I just feel like they look really beautiful. And I feel the same way with Makeup Geek. Like every time I do a Makeup Geek, like I look, everybody's commenting on the blend. Everybody's commenting on just how like smoky they look. There's just something very particular when it comes to Melt palettes. And I have heard, because I haven't gotten a ton of their palettes, like I said, the Muerte palette, when I swatched it, I was like, oh, no way. but it's when you apply it on your eyes. And then it's how I could tell that other people are wearing their palettes. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm like so out of breath. Holy cow. I wanted this stack so bad. Now it's in a palette. I'm like, meh. I have it all in one way or another. The original stack is good. I think that there are some overlap with shades, but I'm not exactly positive. And I didn't really honestly care to look at it because can you even get the stacks anymore? Or do they even make stacks anymore? I feel like they're, for the most part, phasing out the stacks. So, I mean, I feel like no matter what, if you look at this palette, if you have the stack, you don't need this palette. Just because you are going to have that overlap. But I'm sure between formula, some of the shades are a little bit different. It's a decision you have to make for yourself. Like, does this color story speak to you? For me, it speaks to me more now that I see it in person. That's how I feel about it. So, I'm jealous. I want it, but I just have no need. So let's get into how this applies on the eyeballs. So let me grab, I was looking for my melt brush right here. I use this for my thumbnail today. Did you guys like the thumbnail I did today? So I want to use this, the 87 Transition. I'm going to use this shade first. I'm going to go in with, I think I'm going to work in these, like with these three today. I feel like just looking at this palette, I'm still going to have to pull like from other palettes, but I'm going to try to keep it with just this one palette. So I'm going to first take the shade Total Immortal, which is that it's almost like a dusty, it's like a dusty purple shade. It's really, really beautiful. And then I'm just going to throw this in my upper crease. And then let's see how these apply. Does anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? Let's have a chitty chat. Let's see if they're phasing the stacks out for, yeah, I feel the same exact way. I really like the way that they're doing palettes. I think their color stories are really pretty. It's just, I feel like there is not exact overlap, but I feel like there's a lot of similarities between their palettes. Like, look at how just effortless that is. It's beautiful. Like I said, if I were to have touched these in store, I would not be interested in their palettes just because the formula, it feels almost like chalky, but it's how they apply beautifully. And I do have my eyes prepped with my Gerard Cosmetics, the Clean Canvas Eye Base. Absolutely an easy on the eyes, look lovely. Let's see. I bought the Impulsive palette on sale. I'm afraid to use. Yes, some palettes feel dry and swatches, but the eyes are beautiful. Yes, that's exactly how I feel. The Impulsive palette is really good. The shimmers in that are A+. All of Melt's palettes, not stacks, are magnetic pans, so you can easily pop them out. Yes, I do really like that too, how you could just pop them out and almost like create your own palettes if you really want to. Barely anyone in my town wears masks, so I'm staying inside and away from. Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing, Christina, I'm sorry. Christina Tentalia said all 4 shades in the stacks are in the palette and improved. Okay, perfect. I trust and value Tentalia's reviews on products, so that makes me happy that they at least improve the formula. So, I mean, if you like the color story, we'll see how it works today. So next one, I'm going to take the shade Last Caress, which is going to be this shade right here. So this is the first shade that I used, and then this one is the one I'm going in with now. Impulsive is one of my favorite palettes of all time. I also saw that, guys, there's so much stuff on sale right now. The Pat McGrath is having 20% off. I should probably link that down below. There's so many products that I love from Pat McGrath. I actually posted that on my Instagram today. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, highly recommend. I'm starting to incorporate more, like, instead of just pictures of myself, I'm starting to incorporate like when stuff goes on sale or if there's sales and stuff going on, just because that's stuff that I like to look at on my Instagram feed. Look at just how easy that is. So pretty. And again, I just love these types of shades for my eye color especially. Did I just see Audra at home is here? Audra! You little loudmouth you. Audra's video, she did the My Beauty Community tag. I also left that playlist link down below. And I also did link this palette below at Sephora and Melt Cosmetics. I linked that below as well. But I link Kara's playlist because so many more people are doing that tag. And I'm living for that entire playlist. I'm going to take the shade Mean Streak. The shade right here. I'm still using the REPHR, the 01 brush. But Audra, she mentioned me in her video yesterday. And she's saying how we apologize now for anybody that is ever in the same place as both of us at the same time because we're both so loud and I live for it. That's like my favorite thing about Audra. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, oh, Audra. Okay, so this shade right here, in the pan, I would say it looks more burgundy, but when you apply it on your eyes, it does not appear that way. It almost appears like a dark purple. Like, to me, that looks like a burgundy. How do you guys feel? It does not look, to me, it doesn't look the same. I just got too many Pat McGraths for $28. I have not tried anything Pat yet. Yes, completely agree. I saw everything is on sale on Pat's website. I highly recommend the lip gloss, the concealer, the under eye powder. There's so much from Pat. The only thing that I've gotten from Pat that I don't like so far are the Opulust glosses, which are like, they're almost like toppers. They're still really beautiful. I just don't wear them that often. And I also really love, or I don't love the foundation, but I know also so many people that really do love that foundation. So I just was not a fan. It doesn't look the same. Yeah, I agree. Hi, Katie. Girl, as long as you come in. I wasn't expecting too many people to come in right now anyway, so I appreciate all you guys being here. I appreciate all you guys that share, all you guys that like the video. I mean, anybody watching this video, I appreciate it because it really does help. And I hope you guys know that. Look at just how beautiful these are. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Let me grab a little bit more of this. I probably should be using a slightly smaller brush. What are some of the best like makeup sales that you guys have seen? Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Sephora. Sephora's got a lot of goodies on sale too. They have the Mercury Retrograde palette. I was about this close to buying it. And guys, the Moonspell palette is back in stock. I posted that on my community page earlier. The Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty. Such a good palette. I can't even tell you. Like if you have green eyes and you want the perfect green eyes palette, it's that one. That's, if I had to pick a palette that is my favorite in my entire collection, it's the Lunar Beauty Moonspell. I'm using my ESUM. Oh God, do you see that? This is the ESUM W21, the best eye brush for metallic formulas of all time. So pretty. I do think that these are going to have fallout though. Their metallics are kind of crumbly. I see like little glitters kind of falling off my face right now. I feel like these will probably apply better. Like this brush works for these, but I'm actually going to use my finger for these just because they are pretty crumbly. And I feel like, again, you have to like smooth them out with your finger. And I don't think you'll have as much fallout. But that shade is so pretty. Ooh, we going smoky today, you guys. What's been your favorite shade so far? I mean, I think they're all really pretty. If I had to pick one, it's probably that one though. But that is really pretty. Let me go in. I'm going to take a little bit more. I'm going to use a smaller brush. I'll use my Wayne Goss, the 05. I'm going to take more of that main streak. And I'm just going to go over and kind of blend between these little areas here. Not a necessary step, but just to kind of get a better gradient between the metallic to the matte. Really pretty. I was watching Samantha March sitting outside Mike's Hard Mango Lemonade. I loved the Mike's Hard Watermelon. I have not seen that at all this year, and I'm so upset about it. Sephora for sure. The Lancome Lacquer lip glosses are 50% off, and Pat McGrath single shadows are on sale too. Oh shit, guys, there's so much stuff on sale. Norvina palettes are $30, but of course, the What I Want Volume 3 is sold out. Oh my God. There's going to be so many sales right now. Gorgina. Glowgina. Oh my God, I really don't need any more Purple Mo's, but I want this palette. I'm really impressed with these shadows so far. I'm going to go to my other eye right now, and then I'll come back to this one because that's just the process that I follow. And I'll actually like complete the under eye today. Yesterday, I totally blanked out. I think I was like half asleep when I was doing my video yesterday. So far, I'm into it. Let me pop on a little bit more of that metallic purple. Again, Melt's metallic are not my favorite formulas. Full disclosure. But I think when you apply them with a finger, it's a lot prettier. I love Wayne. I watched Wayne's video today. Such a good video. Yes. Still at the pool, but my britches live. Do you love it so far? So far, so good, Karen. So far, so good. Really easy to work with. Yes, I definitely loved Wayne's video today. So if you guys didn't watch Wayne's video, I'll probably link it after the fact. It's just more or less like, it's like, here's what I gathered from it is pretty much nobody can be canceled online because people just keep watching them. Like bringing all this attention is just bringing these people more attention. It's more eyes on these people. The only way to truly cancel somebody is to not watch their shit. Don't view their stuff. Don't interact with them. Basically, like all the stuff that we're always telling you guys, I say we because it's like me and other creators. We're always telling you guys like the video, share the video. Like I feel like I'm just rambling all the time, but that's the stuff that really does help. Like the viewers are truly so in control of the way that YouTube works. But when we bring so much negative attention, even though it's negative, it's still attention. It still benefits these people. So the only way to truly like see creators in the positions that you want to see them in, you have to interact with them. You have to share their stuff. Like take that negative energy and redirect it into something positive. Redirect your energy to the people that make you happy watching them, so on and so forth. Wayne could say it so much better than I can, but if you guys haven't seen his video, definitely go watch it. I mean, after this video. This look is turning out so pretty, and I'm not super into purple. Talking about the beauty community and cancel cultures, it's short. Yes, it's like 15 minutes long. It is really short. It's good. It's a good video. Speaking of likes, like the stream. Yes, thank you, Audra. Okay, let's move on to the other eye. I'm going to first go in with, what do I want to do for this eyeball? Because I feel like I still have to, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the same mattes, but I'm going to change things up a little bit to see if they see if they transform a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes I feel like you could use the same mattes, but then depending on the other shades that you use with it, sometimes they'll pull a little differently. So I'm going to first go in again with the shade Total Immortal. It's just that like dusty purple color. Really, really pretty. It does pull a little bit cooler. I mean, it looks cool in the pan, but it is a little bit more cool. It's just like a really pretty pastel, almost like a pastel lilac. This shade's really, really pretty. I'm really into this one. I wish these brushes would come back. Like these are such bougie synthetic brushes. I really, really like this brush especially, but I wanted to get the rest of them and then they haven't been back in stock since. This was the Muerte collection. They haven't done brushes since, but look at just how nice these brushes look. Again, they are synthetic. Oh, Jennifer said it's 9 minutes. I thought it was longer than that, but either way, it's not a long video. If you could watch my video for, 23 minutes now, you could easily watch Wayne's video. He said not to leave hateful comments and bad comments. Yeah, like if you don't have anything nice to say, just don't say nothing at all. Point blank, period. Like when did we learn that? Back in like middle school, elementary school? Pretty sure elementary school I was learning that. I'm going to take the shade Last Caress again. I'm going to do the same sort of situation. Just give my crease a little bit more definition. And then I think I'm going to take a few of the darker shades and just kind of do like an ombre effect with the metallics, just so you guys could see what they look like on the eye. Look at how nice. So easy. He also talks about how eventually it's going to end with somebody doing something bad they can't take back. I do agree with that. I'm sure it's happened. I'm sure it has happened because it gets so incredibly crazy. I can't even imagine some of the comments that people get. No matter what someone does, they're still a person with feelings. Like he said, all this could truly cause someone to do something they can't take back and it needs to stop. Yeah, definitely agree. Oh, thank you, Tans. What's up, girl? Those brushes are so big on my tiny face. Yeah, that one's definitely on the bigger side. Seriously, after the stream, go watch it. It's totally worth the watch. Yeah, I'll link it after the fact. Like when this processes and I upload, I'll link Wayne's video because it's definitely worth a watch. It's a really, really well done video because on his last video, I didn't love the fact that he kind of generalized the community also. And I actually left the comment of, you know, I don't agree with that statement at all. I'm using the shade Lost Control. This is the one with the tiny glitters in it. And I'm using that W21 again. So I think he worded it much better in this video. It's a really great video. Again, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. But after my video. And then you can tell him you came from my channel. And you can tell him that I love his lip glosses and liners. I like his lipsticks too, but all right, so that's all I'm gonna do for right here. I just want to apply like all the shades just so you can see how they look on the eye, and then I'll just kind of blend this a little bit better. I think when you apply this with the brush, you can't really see. Oh no, they're still there. They're there. I say you can't really see the glitters, but I can when I hold it, like when I hold the palette up, I could definitely see the glitters. So they're really, really fine. It just gives almost like a pretty sparkly effect, but it's not super intense. Boom. That's how we're going to do for right there. I'm going to next take the shade Sleepwalk. So this was the first shade that I used on the outer wing. And now I'm going to use the shade Sleepwalk, which is, we got 1, 2, it's this one here where my middle finger is. I always use my middle finger to reference everything, whether I'm swatching and flipping you guys off. It's always a middle finger situation. So let's see how this one looks. I want to see how they look compared next to each other as well, just because they are pretty dark. But this one here, it definitely pulls a lot more like maroon versus purple. Bam. Bam, bam. That shade's really pretty too. All right, let's take She's in Parties. And then I'll put this on the inner corner. And then I am wiping off my brush on my pant leg because I'm so classy. I was curious to see these ones next to each other because I don't feel like there's a big variation between the shades when you apply them on your eye. But I wanted to see for myself anyways. I think it's great to see that this is like, I would say more of like a maroon. This one has a little bit more purpliness to it. And this one's definitely purple versus like a burgundy shade. So there is a variation between them. Is it a huge variation? I don't think it's a massive variation, but they're definitely different. So I'm not going to be really too nitpicky about that. So let me go in and just kind of fluff this, soften the edge a little bit. And then, what do we think? I definitely like this eye a lot better just because I like these colors. Like these are my favorite colors of the palette versus this side. I don't necessarily know how often I would reach for those darker colors, but I think like fall time could look really, really nice. So let me actually swatch these two next to each other again, just so we could see how they do look. Yeah, like on like a swatch, they look way, way different compared to on the eyes. I'm going to take Sleepwalk. I definitely suggest use your finger for the metallics from Melt. They just apply so much nicer. I'm even going to go over this one again, and then I'll kind of use a brush to blend between. Yeah, it pops a lot more. If that's up your speed, I would apply them that way. And then I'm just gonna fix my fuck up really quick. The classic, fix your fuck up. And now fly, shoe fly, don't bother me. And again, this is why I like live streams. This is like the realness behind the eye look, you guys. Sometimes you guys want to see how I do eye looks. It doesn't always turn out as it's intended. Like I was not expecting this to be what it is right now, but we're going to make it work. Let's see, needs a pop in the middle. I think it's good for right now. Just because I really wanted to keep those colors so you could see the true pigmentation, the true application of it all. I'm really impressed with this palette though, like way more impressed than I thought I was going to be, because man, some of the melt palettes, the it's almost like the reviews that I've seen. What was it? The Millennial Pink palette. I'm going to bring this one out too. I just so much more of a fan of this like fake wing situation with the shadows lately. I heard so many negative reviews on that palette. It's like I always get nervous when ordering from Melt, and I wish that I didn't, because I feel like every time that I've gotten their palettes, I'm so impressed. What's your guys' favorite palette from Melt if you've gotten a palette or gotten a Melt palette before? Put a Cleona multi-chrome on it. Oh, Kimberly, thank you for sharing my Instagram. Make sure you guys follow me on there. I'm trying to get to 10K. Like, I'm not even close to that, but I just want the swipe up button. That's all that I want, Instagram. Is that too much to ask? I just want the swipe up. God dang it. So yeah, you see how just easy that is? Just clean it up. That's why I like to do the eyeballs first. Okay, I'll give you guys what you want, okay? And I want to play with them again. Let's put some Cleona Cosmetics multi-chrome on. So, I think I'm going to take, what shade do I want to use? This is where these like get me sometimes. Like I'm leaning towards like wanting to use this one. What shade? Or I could probably use, I think this is Grisai. I know, girl, same. I want to be able to swipe up. Exactly. Karen loves a smoke session, the Gemini, and the holiday one. Impulsive, that's the palette that's on sale at Sephora. Kimberly is nailing it with my plugs. Thanks, girl. I vote for Cleona. Okay, we'll do some Cleona, you guys. We'll do some Cleona. I don't want to use Bloodline because I used that one yesterday. I'm going to use, I think, hang on, let me swatch them. This is where these are so fun because I love just playing with the swatches. This is the one I'm leaning towards to put on this eye. I'm just going to do it. Quit the bullshit, Brit. Just do it. So this is, I think it's Grisai, I think is how you actually say it. I'm going to pop that right on the center. And this is where you get the transformer. These glitter multi-chromes are like transformers. They just take your look to a whole nother level. It's like, wait, how did it just do that? Isn't it Glowgina? I really think I need to start spelling Gorgina a different way, though, because whenever I comment on people's things, they always say Gorgina. I'm like, no, it's Gorgina. Just do it. Yeah, yes. Oh, you guys are voting for the colors. Nailed it. Boom. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. So let's go to, we're going to do the lower lash line now because I forgot to do that yesterday. Where are we at? 33 minutes? I think this looks good. For all the, like, I think I rambled for the first, like, 10 minutes. For looks like these usually take me a really long time because I get so nervous with darker shades like that. Man, I'm into it. I'm into it so far. So I'm going to take the ESUM, the T05. Let's see, what shades did I use? This is where I don't know why I do this to myself, where I, I go back and forth between the eyes because I'm like, shit, what shades did I use? So I'm using the shade Mean Streak. This is the deepest matte in the palette. And I'm going to put this on the inner and outer corner, and I'm going to leave the middle blank because I kind of want to mimic what's happening on the top, even though it probably won't translate the same way, but you guys, you'll get the point. And then on the other side, let's do, because I don't like to put shimmers on my lower lash line. I just prefer mattes because sometimes a shimmer can look very unflattering if it gets into my little eye wrinkles, or it draws more attention in that area. So I'm just going to throw the shade Last Caress. And I'm just going to swipe this along the lower lash line, and then I'm just going to blend it out with a fluffy brush. I'm going to use my ESUM. This is the S33. I'm going to go in with Total Immortal. This is the lightest shade. I'm going to do that on this side. Yeah, it just like gives you like the best grungy looks. I think Melt Shadows just nail it for that. It just looks grungy, edgy. Very much the Melt aesthetic, I think, which I'm a big fan of. I've said it before. If you were to like wrap me up in a brand, like what would my brand look like? It would be Melt Cosmetics, because I just think their stuff is stunning. So on the other side, I'm going to take the shade Last Caress. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to blend this all the way across, and then I'm just going to put that pop of Strange Love on the center. But I have to say, for, like I said, how intense these shades are, especially for purples, these just, they like blend themselves. I'm really happy with this palette. Like I said in the beginning, I wasn't planning on getting this palette. And it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, because I was like, okay, my Natasha Denona palette's not here. It hasn't even shipped yet. By the time I get it, no one's going to care. So I went with this one. And I feel like I'm just now starting to see people doing their videos on them. I think Makeup with Michelle did her video yesterday, and she also has like the same, she has green eyes as well. So you could see it on two. I think our skin tones are relatively similar. You do definitely get fallout though with this palette. I will say that. Yeah, like this is why, like, all I feel like is I'm looking at right here is how it's like accentuating my little eye flap. You know what I mean? That's why I don't necessarily love putting like shimmery or metallic shades, but I wanted to almost like imitate. But I could have just done like those two matte shades. I could have just done those and been good. So roundup of this palette. I'm really impressed with it. I'm really impressed with it so far. Do I think it's worth $48? I think their pricing is a little bit steep, but at the same time, I'll have this forever. Like anytime I buy an eyeshadow palette, as long as it performs well, I'm just like, okay, is it $48? Is that expensive for you? I think you get, what, 10 shades in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you get 8 shades. So I think for $48 for 8 shades, that is pretty steep. Is it my favorite formula of all time? I mean, I really like how their shades perform. I really like, especially like these two palettes. Like this eye look right here is almost giving me like a, I'm trying to think of what shades that I have like that resemble these. But I think that their shades are unique, even like my Makeup Geek palette, because I compare a lot of my makeup to my matrix system with Makeup Geek. And I feel like there's just something so unique to their shades that I don't feel like many brands do. Like there's, I don't know, to me, their color stories are always really unique. Their undertones are really unique. I'm a big fan so far. Again, this is a first impression video. If you're interested in the palette, buy it. If you don't like it, send it back. It's as easy as that. So what did you guys think of the look? Did anything surprise you? Are you just kind of like over it? Actually, well, I'm like, before I pop out of here, I got one more shade to use. So I'm going to go in with Skeleton Kiss right here. I'm going to put this on the inner corner on both eyes and on the brow bone. And then if you guys have any questions before we're done, I will answer them. And this one's going to be like a duochrome shade. So let's see how this pulls on the skin, because when you apply, like when you look at it in the pan, it looks almost like a champagne gold. This honestly reminds me of, you remember when Becca Cosmetics did that like champagne Bellini highlighter? It reminds me of that. It reminds me of, there was another MAC highlighter from the holiday collection. It's got like a champagne type of look to it, but then when you apply it, it pulls almost like a orangey pink. This is pretty much doing the same sort of thing. I'd be curious actually to see this next to that Muerte collection, that highlighter. You remember the highlighter that came out? I feel like this is kind of similar vibes to that. We'll just give that little brow bone a little lift. And I'm using my Wangos 05 brush for this. Just a really, really nice, precise pencil brush. So yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with it. First impression of it, I'm really into it. Do I think this was the best choice to launch right now? Probably not. And that was the main reason why I wasn't, like, this is a palette that I said that I wasn't going to buy. And I think it's just the wrong time of the year for me. I would have bought this, like, no question, if this were to have launched in fall. Like, I probably won't reach for it that much right now, but I think this would be a great palette just based off my first impression. Like I said, if you really like purples and this is like a color story, like for me, I would wear this a lot in the fall, winter. So I would almost eye this for like the Sephora sale. There's usually a Sephora sale in the fall. Melt has even sales every so often, like really good sales every so often. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with it. I really like green shadows. I think my eyes, they really get set off by purple shadows. So other than that, I think that's going to be it. Unless you guys, let me scroll through the chat if you guys had any questions about the palette. Oh, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like out of breath. Looks really pretty, and purple is not my favorite color. I guess that would be beautiful with navy blue, like the Charlotte Tilbury quad. I think they're they're so beautiful, the Cleona. I don't know. I'm just doing the eyes today. Like whenever you guys see me like with this lens, it's going to be just eyes because that way all of my videos aren't super duper long. Like I feel like on average, my videos are usually like a half hour to 45 minutes, even if I film them because I love to talk. So I think I'm going to try to keep these a little bit shorter and more detailed. That way you guys are kind of getting the whole process, you know? Cleona is magic. Yes, completely agree. I need to try, because I don't know how to say that damn word, with my blueprint stack. Yeah, I think it's just it's so cool. I have so many purples, but I mean, like I said, it's not a palette that I feel like you need to run out and buy right now unless you love shadows like this, unless you are like a Melt Cosmetics collector. But I feel that way about any palette. I'm never going to say like, you need to run out and buy this right now, because I don't feel like that way ever. It's only makeup. And yeah, this for me, if I were to watch this review and hear my thoughts on it, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to like put that on my loves list and I'll buy it in the fall. That's how I would look at this palette. And especially for the way that it performed, like I'm into it. I'm really into it. I really like how it blended. I feel like people looking at my eyes, and if you know makeup, if you're familiar with makeup, I think people would look at me and be like, she's wearing a Melt palette. I genuinely feel that way because there's so much pigmentation, but it's such an easy buildable blend. And it's almost like even with this eye, I'm so surprised at how it's not patchy. Like there was no patchiness at all with any of these purples. That does not happen very often. I usually feel like I have to do a lot of finessing with purples. These are probably some of the easiest purples that I've ever used. Like even Makeup Geek, they're not my favorite formula for purples because I feel like purples are like the hardest formula to perfect. So if you're into purples, I would say that I think this is very user-friendly. I didn't notice or experience any patchiness. I don't see anything. Like, I'm into it. I wasn't excited about this palette, but now I'm not so sure. These tutorials help me with how to apply darker shades. Good. I love that. I love hearing that. Jennifer, I am back. Okay, Jennifer's back. That highlighter was more glittery. Okay, that's good to know. Hi, Steph. What lip would you wear with the dark? I don't know. I don't limit myself. Like with a look like this one, I would probably wear like my, what's the name of it? My Bite Beauty, the Kava lip crayon, the matte lip crayon. I'd probably wear that with either one of these. I usually go nude. Like if I'm doing a really dark eye, I usually go nude. Or since I did this eye, I would probably do like a black liquid lipstick and put the Grisaille. I'd probably put that over the top. So then it would kind of like match. Or I would do, I don't know. It's like, I could do like a juicy, like vampy lip, or I don't know. I don't have like a set thing. I feel like on average, I usually do, if I do like a dark, intense eye, I usually go nude on the lips. But then other times I'm like, fuck it, let's just go hard. It's all in how I'm feeling that day. But so many launches have messed up because, yeah, definitely agree. I won't be buying this. All these colors pull so dark on my fair skin. They will all appear the same way on me. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to say because I don't have really fair skin. So I don't want to say yes or no. I do or don't agree because I don't know. I would trust your opinion on that because that's the struggle that you have. I don't know. I don't know. It is a fall look, but I'm open during quarantine. Love the eye look you created, but I think I will wait until fall or maybe land on a sale. Yeah, that's probably what I would personally do. Unless you're like an avid purple wearer, then it's like, yeah, I like even just using it the first time and seeing how everything applied. Like I would say, yup, I would buy it because it's one of the easiest purple palettes I've used. Oh, okay. The obsessive or the millennial pink are probably Melt's lightest palette. Yeah. Yeah, purples do tend to be more patchy. Yeah, I feel like it's very rare if I find like a solid purple formula. Deep wine and a pop of gloss would be a perfect, yes, vampire look for realsies. When I'm dark eyes and dark lip, you can't tell me shit. Yeah, like I feel like I'm the baddest bitch going. Like pop on, you know, those sunglasses I talked about in my favorites videos with like a bold ass or a bright ass lip. Oh my God, I live for it. Or a vampy look either way. Yeah, it's just for me. Shadows like this, I would wear in the fall because they're like grungy. They're very fall appropriate. However, I would reach for this palette if I wanted to wear a purple eye look. I mean, I would definitely reach for like this half of the palette from like here up. I would reach for that right now because I feel like they're like pastel-y. They don't pull really intense on my eyes either. I would definitely reach for those like all year. It's the lower half of the palette. Even, I mean, you might even consider this one, but I think that this shade's very wearable. It's like these four right here. On average, I'm wearing something like that during the fall time. Ask Kate about fair skin and darker purples. See, that's where it's like I'm not fair skin. I feel like I'm like light medium right now, but yeah, that's not the same as fair. But other than that, I think that's going to be it for me today, you guys. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, thumbs it up, share it out, share it with your friends. I mean, you could feel free to forward it to Melt Cosmetics. And other than that, I think I'll be back. Well, no, I won't go live tomorrow because it's a holiday. So I'll just be off the grid tomorrow, but I will probably be back. I'm not sure. Turn on your post notifications and you'll be notified when I'm going to do a new video, or follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram. You'll know either way when something's coming, or you can always watch the playback. And also, please, again, like we were talking about earlier, go check out Wayne's video. And I just saw Linda came up in here. She's doing her first live at 6 o'clock tonight. I can't wait. I don't think I'll be able to catch the whole thing. Just popping on late, girl. It's okay, you popping on. So Glitter Fallout, she's doing her very first live stream today. Guys, go show her so much love because your first live is so fucking nerve-wracking because you're like, are people going to show up? And Linda is just, oh my God, I love and adore Linda. Make sure you guys tune in. It's at 6 o'clock tonight, 6 o'clock our time, so Eastern time. Make sure you guys go check it out. It's going to be so much fun. And also check out Wayne's video. And then I also need to check out Kinky Sweat, Glam Girl Chelsea, and Kelsey Brianna J. They did another like Behind the Beauty. They did, I forget who they did it with yesterday. It was like with a professional makeup artist, but I got to check that out. I love that series. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. Go check out all that stuff. I'm going to leave everything linked down below after the fact when this uploads. So go show them all some love. And I mean, you could let them know I sent you. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.